Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Just let me know if you can hear me well, please. Yeah. Okay, great. Um, yeah. Okay. All right. So before we start, I'd like to ask you guys, how many of you here has taken the exam before and how many of you don't know anything about IELTS? So let's see here. First of all, how many of you have taken the exam before? Academic. Okay. First time. All right. Hmm. So for many of you, it's their first time doing the exam. Some of you would say, I've taken it once and right, not yet. Okay. 2021. Okay. So today we'll have a look at common mistakes that people make in academic writing. Okay. Because as you might know, writing for some people is a nightmare and they struggle to get a good score or their target score in writing. And if you have any questions, please write them in the Q&A box. And by the end of the session, I'll have a look and I'm going to answer all your questions. All right? Okay. So let's see here. What do you struggle with in writing? Let's have a look at what people struggle with first. Grammar. Structuring ideas. Okay. Vocabulary. British accent, this is speaking, but here it's writing. Grammar, so basically grammar. Timing. Cohesion. Not knowing what to write. That's a big problem, yeah, of course. Article. Do you mean punctuation? Linking words. Creating summary. Okay. Understanding the question. Yeah. So I'd say for most of you here, it's structure, vocabulary, understanding the question, cohesion, coherence. All right. Well, actually, today we'll have a look at 4 areas, basically articles like that and plurals, singular, like subject, verb, agreement, countable, uncountable nouns, because many people make mistakes in these areas. Linking words like cohesive devices, because they're really, really important to use cohesive devices in speaking and writing, of course. And the most important thing is to use them accurately, because some people either overuse them or underuse them, and neither is good. Yeah. Another thing we're going to look at is how to write an introduction to task 2, what to include, what not to include, and the common mistakes. So today it's basically about the common errors in writing and other common mistakes, right? So let's start with the articles. By articles, we mean and the. And we see this a lot in writing. Some people, because of their mother tongue or because, other factors, they either do not use any articles or they misuse them. So I'm going to show you here, I'm going to show you now 2 sentences, and I'd like you to tell me which one is correct and why. As you see here, in many countries, most serious public health issue is obesity, and the most serious public health issue is obesity. Which one is correct? All right, the second. Yeah, correct. Why? Yeah, the second one is correct, but any idea why? Very good. Superlative. Yes, so that's the first rule. Whenever there is a superlative, like most serious, you have to put the. Yeah, so we use that before adjectives like the highest, the most important, because it's specific. Yeah, the best, the only. So yeah. Right. Let's have a look at another example. There's a growing number in the United States, United States. Which is correct in your opinion? The first. Exactly. Why? Not universal truth. It's because, okay, hmm, sorry. Because United States, we don't say just United States, it's the United States, right? Countries that have like the United Kingdom, the United States. We don't, yeah, the Middle East. So the countries that have a group of islands or states, we used that before that, the United Arab Emirates and so on and so forth. Okay, again, number of overweight people is increasing. And you hear the number of overweight people is increasing. Which one is correct, you think? The first. Okay. Oh, is it the first? No, yeah, the second one is correct. Why? Any idea why? Yeah, defining a group of people. So here we're talking about a group of people, overweight people, so specific group. So in this case, you need to use the, right? Specific quantity, not general. We don't choose that when you speak about general ideas. So the number of overweight people, the percentage of, maybe the amount of, the volume of. So if you talk about specific group of people, yeah, we use the first, the second, the final. Again, yeah, we use the here. All right. To reverse this trend, we need to give good advice. We need to give good advice. Which one is correct, you think? One. Hmm. Good advice. Okay, no. A lot of you say one, the first. I mean, no, it's not. Why do you think the first is not correct? Very good. The word advice is uncountable. So you cannot say, for example, advices. Therefore, you should not use a before it. You cannot count it. It's uncountable. You could say some advice or a piece of advice, but not a or an advice. All right? It's uncountable. Just like information, for example. Can you think of other uncountable nouns just like advice? Okay, rice, water, equipment, information, as I said. No, effort is countable. Music, right? So you do not use a or am before these nouns. Government should also regulate unhealthy food, or the government. Which do you think is correct? The second. Yes. Why? Because we talk about a particular government, right? Not governments in general. If you're going to speak about governments in general, we would say governments. If you speak about a particular government, so the government, like the police, the environment, the internet, the moon. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. I see some people here. They have some questions. Okay. So if you have a question, could you please stop them down? I'm going to read them. Have a look at them. Okay. No, you can have, you will have you will have access to this session, by the way. So it will be online, but unfortunately you can't have access to a PDF. Yeah. Just 1 minute. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, what just happened? Yeah. Sorry. All right, now let's look at the singular and plural. And let me show you some examples now. Yeah, singular and plural. Let's see, there are many transport options in my city. Okay. What do you think the problem is here? Correct. Options. Why? Because many, of course. So after many, it must be plural, not singular. The number of men studying engineering has decreased. Okay, I think this is very easy. Men, of course, not men. Some nouns have different plural forms, of course, like child. I know you guys might think this is too simple, but yeah, sometimes people make these mistakes. Child, of course, it's children, not childs. Yeah. Many people believe that a university education is essential. People's. What do you think is wrong here? People, not people's, right? No S. Yeah. Good. Right. Let's have a look at the more monies is spent on furniture. Money, yeah, uncountable. Again, you don't say money is and furniture, just like advice and information, uncountable. So uncountable nouns should not put an S to them, and you should not use an article before them. So you cannot say a furniture, a money, one money, furnitures, right? How do you count them? We could say some furniture, some money, a piece of furniture, a piece of information, for example, and so on. Again here, the informations, this is incorrect because it's uncountable. Some information, right? Okay. Some nouns look plural, but they aren't. Let's see here. One issue with social media is the number of fake news. Which do you think here the noun that looks plural, but it actually is not plural? Excellent. News. News is not plural, right? News is, yeah, it's singular. Economics are. Of course, economics is because this is a subject or a topic. So you cannot say economics are. Physics. Yeah, so here the problem is with, yeah. A very common mistake is the subject-verb agreement. It's like the subject does not agree with the verb. For example, children is. This is here a common problem. A lot of food are thrown away every day. Is correct. Very good. Local businesses has to reduce their prices. Have, because businesses is plural. So again, this is, yeah, this is a common issue. Okay. Again, something, let's move to another topic, which is linking expression or linking words. Okay. Let's have a look now at, we have here a few linking words like also, although, as, despite, and despite the fact that. First of all, finally, conclusions such as, and, which. And here we have, there's this paragraph. I'd like you to match, put these ones in the correct places. So let's see. What would be used at the beginning, you think? Because? Oh, no, choose from here. Although, right, although. Why although? Because there are two contradictory phrases. Although they're cost effective, they are harmful. So two opposite things. Despite the same meaning, but not same structure. Despite having some drawbacks, there are some advantages. So two opposite sentence or phrases. What about the last one? What do you think will be used here? Also solar power? Oh, is it? Such as, exactly. It's an example, such as solar power. Okay, let's do the second one, please. Oh, sorry. Okay, what about first? What would be used here? First of all, good. They are low carbon. Next, which results in, very good. We use which to link ideas, to give extra details, right? Okay. Next, we have here also, right. So when do we use also? If you want to give, add a new information, a new piece of information. As, which means because, giving here, what do you mean by as? Giving a reason, as the energy comes from the sun. A further advantage of solar energy is that it's predictable. What do you think will be used here? In conclusion? Right. Finally, or in conclusion, the same, no problem. Okay. One last exercise. Let's do this one. Okay. We move to the next one. Yeah, here to be in conclusion because it's more like yeah. The advantages of renewable energy technologies outweigh the disadvantages. The last one, what do you think it is? Despite the fact that is the same as although and though, even though. Same meaning, same structure. Okay. All right. Any questions regarding using linking expressions? Despite the fact that we used it, despite the fact that we've just used it. Yeah. Okay. Despite is the one. Okay. Is it okay to start a sentence using also? Yeah, it is okay, of course. All right. Let's now have a look at the introduction and the common mistakes, let's say, that people make. Okay. Students sometimes often confuse verbs, how to introduce or how to start an introduction. So here it says some people say that universities should not teach art subjects. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So here it's an opinion question, as you see. And let's see here what the problem is. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Here now there are 6 ways to paraphrase this view. I'm going to show you some of them are correct and 2 are incorrect. 2 verbs used. So just tell me which you think is correct and which is not. So here I have it's widely believed. Do you think it's widely believed is okay or not? No? It's okay. You can say it's widely believed. No problem with that. It's often suggested. Do you think suggested is the same as could be replaced, some people say? Yeah? No. Suggested, no. Okay. Yeah, suggest is like advising, right? Argue. Some people argue. Okay, yes, argue is fine. Considered, it's often considered. What do you think of considered? Considered is incorrect. Discussed, it's commonly discussed. Yes, yes. So discussed is also fine. So the problems here, or the ones that are not correct, let's say considered and discussed. Why? Why do you think they're incorrect? Or they cannot replace, some people say here. Yeah, because consider, some people consider, it looks like advice. It's not the same as argue. Yeah. So verbs like consider and discuss when you talk about two sides of an issue. Yeah. However, we use argue, agree, or disagree to present your opinion. So some people argue, some people, here as it says, believe, some people say, to present an opinion. Okay. So let's have a look here to complete this introduction. This essay will, can you come up with a verb? Yes, here it's not a discussion. This is an opinion question, right? Okay. So let's see, what verb do you think could be used here? This essay will discuss, consider the advantages. The first one, it says advantages, disadvantages. So we could say or write consider or discuss, because advantages, disadvantages, no problem. But if here in the following one, in this essay, I will, the universities should only teach practical subjects. So it's more like an opinion, right? I will cover, what do I say cover? Suggest, maybe, yeah, argue, okay, argue or suggest. Right, good. Next, I will the causes of this problem before the solutions. Talk about causes and solutions. What do you think? Explain. Okay, consider maybe, and discuss, because there are two sides of an issue, problem and solution. So you consider the causes, discuss the solutions, or discuss the causes and consider the solutions, right? You can say, I will argue the causes. Yeah. You cannot say, I will say the causes. So consider and discuss when you talk about the two sides of an issue. Okay. Advantages, disadvantages, problem, solution, and so on and so forth. Okay, good. Here, I strongly, with this viewpoint. So here it will be, I strongly disagree, I strongly agree, maybe. Okay. Disagree, agree, right. Support, but support, yeah. The last one, in this essay, I will both points of view. What do you think? Explain? Not really. What do you think? Consider. Okay. Okay, consider or discuss. Before, that study of the art is vital. Arguing, because this is the opinion here. Or before, yeah, arguing that study of the arts is vital. All right. So don't say explore, you don't choose this verb here to express your opinion. All right. Other mistakes, let's have a look at other mistakes when it comes to writing the introduction as well. Very important. Sometimes people add unnecessary information to make, and this makes the introduction very lengthy. This is not a good idea at all in writing, in essay writing. All you have to do in writing an introduction is paraphrase the question. What we mean by paraphrase is rephrase it, writing it in your own words, right? And the next part is address a question or write a thesis statement. What we mean by that, mention, for example, are there two sides? So you mention that there are two sides. Is there an opinion? So you have to clearly state your opinion in the introduction. So avoid unnecessary information. I'd like you to have a look at, oh, all right, someone wants me to go back to the previous slide. Okay. Right. Any problems? Shall we move to the next one? Okay, here, so I'd like you now to have a look at this introduction, read it, please, and tell me what you think is the unnecessary part, the part that could be left out. All right, so any idea what the unnecessary part is? The part that's not really relevant to the question, let's say, or to the topic. The opening, good. Yes, the first part. Why do you think it's unnecessary? Because it talks about, in general, success in life is a never failing to catch public attention. This is a very general statement, and the question is about some people think that success comes from hard work and determination, while others think that there are more important factors. So you need to just address this. Rephrase the first part, rephrase the second part, and give your opinion. That's all you need to do. So yeah, this is correct. The first sentence is unnecessary. Okay? Right. Inaccurate word choice. There's inaccurate word choice here. Let's have a look. What do you think the problem is here in this sentence? Okay. Among divergent opinions, can you suggest any why you think this is wrong? What could be used instead? Some people are strong proponent. Okay, let's see here. Okay. It is success. This is the problem. It is success that comes from hard work and determination. It's widely believed. I mean, this would be better. This would be better. It's not wrong, but it's better to say it's widely believed that success comes from hard work and determination, according to these people, according to the first point of view. Yeah. However, others are convinced that money and appearance is more significant to success. Yeah. Okay. A very fatal, let's say fatal problem. No paraphrasing. Can you spot the part where the writer or this person just copied a whole phrase from the introduction? Hard work and determination only? Okay. Yes, this part is totally copied here. Success comes from hard work, and the whole sentence, right? And money and appearance. So there's no paraphrasing here. You have to paraphrase. You have to use your own words when writing an introduction. Okay. I don't believe, or what do you mean? Yeah. So, all right. Being successful could say here, this is another way to paraphrase it, is a result of working hard, can change, the part of speech. The order of the sentence also could be changed, and being determined. So we can change it. Here it was noun, you can make it an adjective, being determined. Money and appearance. Okay, wealth and physical beauty. A synonym, paraphrase statements. Okay. All right. Getting fortunate. No, it's fine. That's good thing. Getting fortunate, making money, making. Let's have a look at the last sentence. I partly agree that successment depends on working hardly. Any mistakes here? Success, of course, there's no such thing as successment. Hardly, not hardly. Being a successful person depends on working hard, not hardly. Yeah. Hardly has a different meaning, so working hard. All right, very good. So just to wrap what we mentioned today, You need to focus on grammar, define strategies, how to avoid making the common mistakes in writing, I'd say in general. Focus on grammar, like articles and when to use them, when not to use them, as we discussed today, singular and plural nouns. And you need to learn all about the uncountable nouns, right? Focus on linking expressions, very important. How to be able to use a range of linking words appropriately, yeah, without any over or underuse. You need to check your punctuation for errors, when to use commas, capitalization, because this is really important. Focus in your introduction. There are a few things you need to avoid. Avoid adding unnecessary details that are not relevant to the question or to the prompt. Make sentences with argue, agree, consider, discuss. These are the most common verbs used when writing introductions, Avoid other common mistakes. As I said, unnecessary words. You have to paraphrase in the introduction. This is really, really important. Pay attention to the word form. This is another way to paraphrase, or that would help you paraphrase. Change the form of the word. For example, if it's an adjective, you can make it a noun or a verb. Focus on the choice of the word. Okay. All right. So let's depends on. All right. Another thing is spend a few minutes at the end to check your writing. Editing is very, very important. Yeah. So let's see here if some people have any questions. I'm trying to have a look at it. Yeah, tell me. The third point. Make sentences with argue. As we said here, you should use argue or agree if it's an opinion question. But if it's a two-part question in like agree or advantages, disadvantages, or problem solution, so verbs like consider and discuss would be better used than agree or argue. It would be wrong to write, I would argue the reasons, right? Or you would say, no, this essay would consider the reasons and the solutions, maybe. Okay. How to write the main body paragraphs. Well, today I'm going to focus, this is the focus basically this, but I'm going to tell you briefly how to write it. Okay. Maybe you can have a look at all the questions and then I'll tell you a bit about our service, the one-on-one lessons, okay? What if I don't know anything about the topic? What am I supposed to write? Okay. Of course, this is a problem, but some people, a lot of students think that they don't know anything about the topic, mistakenly, But how you'll be able to generate ideas? There are two parts here. Language. This is the main thing. Many people have hard time coming up with ideas because they have very limited range of vocabulary. The second thing is practice. When you practice a lot writing and get your writing assessed or evaluated by an examiner or an honest teacher, you will know what you need to work on. Writing a lot. When you write a lot, you will be able to generate ideas. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me tell you a little bit about our service, the one-on-one courses that we provide here in IELTS online tests. And then I'm going to answer all your questions. So I've just noticed that most of you here haven't taken the exam before. So I assume you will need help with a tutor to help guide you and to help you approach your target score and get your target score. In IELTSonlinetests.com, we provide one-on-one lessons, private lessons with a tutor. These lessons, of course, are online and they help you. Why they're good? Because they're one-on-one. They help you reach your goal with a plan, for example, and they're customized. You don't have to take a full course. You can simply focus on one skill. Like some people just want to focus on writing or speaking or take a few sessions before their test, Or you can ask for writing evaluation if you just want your writing to be assessed. If you want some help with writing only, speaking only, any particular skill, or some people want a full course. So I recommend these one-on-one sessions because you cannot really fully prepare for the IELTS on your own. You need some guidance from experienced IELTS tutors, you know? So, and also the classes are flexible, flexible schedules according to your availability and ability of the teacher, okay? So for anyone here who is interested in these sessions, interested in booking a few lessons, you can start with booking one lesson only. And then if you're interested before you test, you can take a few other sessions. You can scan this QR code and someone from the team will get in touch with you, okay? All right. Just please, for those of you who are interested in this service, just scan this QR code and let me know if it's working, because some people told me it's not working. So could you scan it and tell me? If it's not working, I'm gonna give you the number of one of our team. Yeah. Okay. Have you scanned it? Okay. Cambridge IELTS. What? Not working? Ugh. You tried? It's not working again. Okay. So let me just share with you number of one of our IELTS team member. All right. I'm gonna share the number here. 1 minute. Okay, I'm gonna copy the number and I'm gonna write it down. Her name is, for some people it's working, for other people it's not working. Maybe you could need to try. If not, here's a number of one of our team members here. She's called Stella. If the number is not working and you need some help, you can ask her. Okay, you can reach out to Stella. Here's her number. I've just sent it. Send the WhatsApp number. Okay, you guys have it? Right. Oh, I've just sent it in. Oh, maybe it's not. Okay, let me think. I sent this in the chat box, but I think you can't see it. Okay, I'm gonna send it again here, probably. Okay, I'm gonna copy the number in here. Her name is Stella. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Some chats, yeah, you cannot see it. Yeah. Right. So yeah, as I was saying, these sessions are really I'd say very, very beneficial before your exams if you're, planning to do a test soon or anything, or you don't have any idea about the test. Okay. And when you contact Stella or ask her about all the details regarding the price and everything. And yet, no, they're not for free. No. Okay, now the questions time. How many essays should I write before the exam? Depends really on what your level is and what score you want to get. So if your current level is a 6 and you're targeting a 7, so I think you need to write, I'd say a minimum of 5 essays would be good. A minimum of 5 essays. But they must be corrected, of course. They must be checked. Okay. Any other questions? Would it be effective to write an essay every day for practice? Well, yeah, but again, the number is here. It's shared on the slide. Can you guys see it? Yeah. Every day, fine, but you need someone to correct the essay for you, someone to give you feedback, to tell you what you need to work on. So that would be effective. The private sessions are for 1 hour. Yeah. The recordings are on the website, IELTSonline.test.com, and you can also find all the upcoming webinars, the dates of all the upcoming webinars. Yeah. Here is the number. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Please tell me. I think you can, right? No? Hang on. Can you see it or not? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah? Okay, good, good. Sorry. Your name is Tel. Yeah. Any other questions? The best practice test, Cambridge practice or online. Cambridge is the best, of course, because they're very similar to the actual exam. And if you also on the website, IELTSonlinetest.com, you'll find lots of practice tests. And they're very similar to Cambridge tests as well. Okay. Let me see if you guys have any questions. So yeah. If you guys, for those who have come late or joined this webinar late, I won't be able to go through all the slides again, so you can have a look at the website and you will find the recordings available, right? Agree or disagree? Do we have to explain our side only or both sides? No, you can't explain your side only because it's your opinion, right? It's not discussion essay. Is it the same difficulty as IDP? Yeah, I'd say the same, more or less. Yeah. Where can I find the recording? Again, it's on the website. Click on IELTSonlinetest.com, the official website, and you'll find the recordings of the webinar and the dates of the upcoming, all the upcoming ones. All right. Thank you. So do you guys have any other questions? Anything I could help you with? I hope you guys found this session useful. And honestly, if you're planning to take the IELTS soon, please, I think it would be a very good idea to practice with someone, especially in writing and speaking, you know? Yeah, we're just doing Q&A now. So yeah, if you have any questions, anything you'd like to ask me about, yeah, please do. Do not hesitate to do so. Okay. And again, here's Stella's number. Just let me write Stella for you to know. You can contact her, ask her about the courses, the one-on-one courses, if you're planning to book a session or two or a few sessions before you test. That would be a very good idea. Yeah, thank you. All right. Any further questions? I'm here. Why is there no balance in the IELTS? Because sometimes they got easy ones, sometimes it's not really no balance, but sometimes it'll get more challenging. Not the whole test will be challenging, some parts. But no, there is definitely balance. Yeah. All right. Anything else I could help you with? So this essay, well, no, you don't have to always start your essay by saying this essay we'll discuss. No, no. Free websites, as I told you, IELTSonlinetest.com, and there are other official websites like the British Council. There's some tests there, not a lot though. So yeah. If you have a problem with the example, so yeah, you need to practice more. You need to read more sample essays to see and to learn how to write an example. Okay. So, right. Any further questions? Yeah, I can't tell how many words a day can I learn for good vocabulary. Per week, I'd say 10 would be fine. You just need to learn how to use them and put them in sentences. Okay. So what structure do you use for writing task? Well, today we only covered the common mistakes. You'll find on the website webinars for other, task 1, task 2. So check the website to learn everything you want. Okay. Can we start the essay based on a general overview? Okay, but not too general, as we said, not unnecessary details. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone, and I hope you've enjoyed this session. Okay. Thank you and best of luck. Oh, somebody has a question. Yes, please. Scores are given by AI. Accurate? Not very accurate. Not very accurate, to be honest. Thank you. Goodbye.